Hi, I am Ellie, and there is something beautiful that we can tap into, open as, rest in, trust, faith. Early on in my spiritual journey, beautiful teachers, they told me this. They said everything that is happening is supposed to be happening for our expansion, for us to come to meet ourselves, the depth of ourselves. Whatever is happening should be happening because it is happening. And so at the time that resonated with me as truth, even though I did not have gnosis of it. Don't take my word for it. What is it to you? When my very first video on this channel is about recognizing your own truth. What is true for you? We will feel truth in our body when we hear something, see something. If we receive it and we feel open, expansive, this is true. Should be breath giving, opening, expansive, maybe warm in the chest. If something is not true, it will feel like a closing. Sometimes I feel actually light pain in my arms because I have been tapping into my intuition so much as a practice. When someone speaks something to me and it is not truth for me, it actually, I feel it and see it bounce off. I feel it and see energy bouncing off me. Not true. So we can decide for ourselves. So I'm going to share a beautiful, very vulnerable experience on my journey of trust. So very early on, like I said, in my spiritual journey, I had my first spiritual awakening. I found myself in level 10 physical pain. Level 10 pain, nothing but the pain. I had tore the spongy tissue in my spine and the nerves were exposed, and I was bedbound for 2.5 months in level 10 pain. I like to say I would dance with insanity. I completely understand. I have gnosis of how someone can actually become insane. So without relief for 2.5 months, level 10 pain. At that time, so I could not obviously participate in life at all. I could not move my body at all. Even the slightest movement, when it was excruciating pain that drove me to meet insanity, not, thank goodness, not become insane, but to touch it. And I was a hobby dancer, still am, and at the time, so I could not dance, but I could dance in my mind, and I would remember I would be dancing in my mind, and I would be dancing with insanity itself. Just as I was starting to recover from that physical pain after 2.5 months, getting down to level 8 pain, I had to return to work out of necessity, and I was really struggling to care for my children and to work with this pain. It's very, very difficult. And then level 8 pain came level 10 emotional pain, and I experienced, which was also to do with mother. So my identity at that time was completely mother. I was laser focused. My consciousness was pointed, focused on mother. I am mother. That was what I was pouring an enormous amount of energy into. All of my energy, all of my consciousness, mother. I am mother. That was my sole identity at the time. And so at that time, if you were to ask me, I would have told you, I feel like I am dying. I am actually dying before I die. Everything is falling apart. I am losing everything. I cannot see the good here. But now, looking back, I can see what happened to me during level 10 physical and emotional pain was I had a massive ego death. If I could not care for my children, if I could not be mother, which was all I was identified with, then who was I? And what happened was, I discovered that we am consciousness itself, love itself. What a beautiful gift, a life-changing gift. I was so stubborn at the time, Taurus sun, and if the universe wanted to get my attention, get me to stop moving so fast like a freight train in the wrong direction, not towards my North Star, not towards my highest good, then the ground would have to literally crack open and fall away beneath me. And so it did. So many of us, we are experiencing pain. It feels unbearable, but yet we are being called to bear it. And in the moment, we cannot see its purpose. We only feel the depth of pain. Right now, we are in incredibly intense times globally, in the United States, globally. And we may not know, we may feel like everything is falling apart. Why is this happening? We may not see the purpose. We may not see the bigger purpose, but what we can do is trust. Open as trust. We all want to feel high vibrational. We want to be flying high, feeling good. But you do know that if you were to come across anyone who was enlightened, truly enlightened, resting in nirvana, blissing out, merge with God just continuously, with the source, the one, they are only enlightened because they know the depth of pain. Not only do they know the depth of pain, have experienced the depth of pain, but they have met it with awareness and love, acceptance. So, pain is inescapable in this life. We can reduce pain. We can reduce suffering. We do not have to suffer, but pain is inevitable. When our heart breaks open, when we experience heartbreak, we have one or two choices. We can reach for the light, breathe in life-giving energy, reach for hope, open to those things. We can find strength that we did not know we had. This is so important right now. Find strength we didn't know we had. We are stronger than we think. Or the second option is it can take us out. And this is why we are never led by the light of love, light of awareness to ever bring suffering to another human being. We never know where they are. We cannot possibly know if that heartbreak, that pain, that suffering can crack their heart open to receive the light, to become stronger, to become more at one with who they are, or if it will break them. We never know where someone is. And so, through our heartbreak, through our challenge, through our pain, we grow. We grow or we die. We, right now, are going through collective awakening, collective shock, collective pain, collective challenge. And we are being called to become stronger than we think, to choose love right now, to choose courage. And we can gift ourselves when we open as trust. We do not have to know why something is happening. If we can root into trust, I trust, I have faith, I trust in the divine, I trust in me, I trust in my guides, I trust in humanity. I trust that we are all finding the strength we did not know that we had. I trust, I can see all the good. There is so much good, so many people courageously stepping forward, so many people opening as love, opening to compassion. It is a beautiful, incredible time of great contrast. The light is rising, light of awareness, light of love, feminine energy, rising. And the darkness is rising to meet that. And we can trust that as the light and the dark rise to meet each other, trust that the light is stronger than the darkness. The darkness flees in the light, so shine on. We can trust that the light has already won. We can trust that we only need to know the next step in front of us and that we are being guided. If we listen, we are being guided. Next step. The right information comes, the right resources come in, the right teacher comes, right time, right place. Trust. We are served to open as trust, because when we open as trust, when we trust, when we root into our faith, connection to the divine, we can move through this challenging, intense times with greater ease, with more peace, even joy. When we open as consciousness, we come into peace. When we open as love, with that we bliss out. We open as joy, peace, love, joy is available to us now. We trust. Trust that everything is happening just the way it should. Trust that the light is stronger than the... Sorry, my phone storage is full. We can trust, we can shine, 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 shine. I'm going to put a beautiful track in the playlist, beautiful Pleiadian track, not the same as I shared before, and I invite you to listen to this, to open as trust, open as love, open as conscious, sing the beautiful light song of the Pleiadians. Feel your joy, feel your love, feel your peace, and open as trust. Thank you for being here. I love it here with you. One of the coolest things, last thing I want to say, I trust whenever I sit here in front of you, I am trusting. I almost never know what I'm going to say. I get a magnetic pull so strong, I feel that I am the pull itself. I am this. And I might get a topic, trust. I get the pull, trust, go and speak, trust, but I never know what I'm going to say. I trust that Source Spirit is speaking through me, that life-giving breath will be spoken through me. I trust, and it is beautiful, beautiful. It brings me joy to be so rooted in trust and faith, to move with ease through the ebb and flow of life. Okay, tracks in the comments. If you like this video, I would love it if you would like it. I'd love it if you'd support me with subscribing to this channel. Help me light the place up with you, and I would love to hear from you in the comments. What's on your heart? What's on your mind? And what do you want to talk about? Because I will definitely connect with you soon. Thank you.